So okay, so I'll quickly go to the structure part of it. So if you see here the structure, this is the 72 bytes, and if you see the last 4 bytes in the first row, right, it provides the number of executions. So you can see here number of executions. Then this yellow, the second row, first 4 bytes will provide you focus count. Then the green one, the second row, last 4 bytes will provide you focus time. And this blue lines, right, in last 2 row, last 4 bytes and the first 4 bytes of the last row, with combination of these two will provide the last execution timestamp. So this is how we will get these 4 values. So let's pick up one of the values from here. Let's take this one, and we will not be able to copy it. So probably I need to, I tried it, but I was not able to copy it. So I need to export the entire key. So I'll export the entire key here, somewhere here, UA2. Let me put this as a UA2. And let me go there. It is on my desktop somewhere here. So this is the UA2 which we have stored here. Will not. So I opened this here in Notepad, and the entry which we are looking for was this one, ABGCRNG, right? That's what the entry first, ABGRCNQ. So that's what we are looking, and these are the 72 bytes we will be taking from here. Copy, and we'll copy. Okay, so now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and this one will go up, I think. These are my 72 bytes. Now what I want to look at, execution count. First of all, let's go for execution count. Execution count means if we go back to this last 4 byte of the first row, that will give you number of execution. So this is 0A0000. Then let's go to our calc. So some of the things you can do on calc itself. We'll go to programmer calc, and we'll say 0A. I think 0 is, I think go to your hex and put the A, which is 10, right? So your execution count is 10. Now I want focus count. So I think this is my focus count, right? So focus count. Focus count is 27. So if you see 27 is, I think 39 in, 27 hex is 39 in your decimal. So let me put what is it, 27, right? So 27. So you can see your decimal is 39, right? So 39, your focus count is this. Now focus time. Now focus time is in milliseconds, right? So we need to so this 4 bytes will give you the milliseconds. But here we can't use your calculator because it does not give the correct answer. So we have to go back to our Python, where what we will say. So this is the one from struct import unpack. So we need to import unpack library, and then what we need to do, we will define the data as our byte, because this is a byte value which we are defining. So byte, and then we will take this for. So I'll just say that this is a hex data and in 4 bytes. So this is how I define my data, and then I will say I want to unpack, and it will give me the information which I need. Unpack, then you need to say I, because this is four bytes only, so this is I and data. It has given me this. So this is the number of milliseconds which focus time. So this is a time for which this program, GUI program, has focus on. So multiple focus counts and accumulative focus time on that particular window or the GUI program which we say. So we can convert this into the seconds and minutes as well. That's how the registry explorer does it. But I think which is very trivial. We don't need to I don't need to show you like how to convert milliseconds into minute, right? That we can do milliseconds into seconds, seconds into minutes. So focus time, that's how we get the focus time. Now I think this is less than 1 minute in saying, so I think we all have to jump back onto the call if it gets disconnected. So okay, so now we need to define the last execution time, right? So again we will go back to our Python and we will say data B, and then we will define this one. Again I will say this is hex data, 9A. This is all hex data. Okay, and then I'll take the next 4 byte from here, last row, and I'll again go here and I'll say this is my hex data, hex data, hex data, hex data, hex data. Okay, so I think I have done okay there. E09A2656 50 D0 D601. Okay, correct. So this is my data, and this is from where I get my last execution time. Okay, so again I need to go to unpack, and this time I've got the 8 byte. So I will use Q instead of I. That you need to do some research why QI, what is QI, but for 8 bytes we use Q. Unpack, I misspelled it. So this is the time, I mean timestamp, but this is in Windows file time format. We need to convert into our normal date timestamp. So for that, I have borrowed one function which I'll just show you here quickly. We will write that. So this function, we will convert WinDate. We will provide this file time, Windows file time format to this function. It will give us back the date time stamp, I mean in the format of date time. So let's do that. Convert WinDate, right? And I'll give this as in I'll pass this as a parameter. Okay, I did not include or import the library which I need to import for this. Now, so this is what we get, right? This is the last time of execution. Now it is saying UTC. My observation is this is not the UTC. This is the time, the local time on my machine. So every time, I run this program, we took this data from our UserAssist key. So it gives us the local date and time, whereas this function is saying it is UTC, but there is somewhere some problem, or there is some mistake in this function, which I have not gone into the detail. The larger point which I'm driving here is that, like, from last this 8 bytes, we can get the timestamp, the last time of the execution, and this is how we get it, right? So all information now we have got, the last execution, and we can convert this into UTC as well. No, it's a trivial thing, right? So all this information we have got from this 72 byte. I'm sure the other bytes must be representing something, but that's a topic of another research. But this is how we get. Okay, somebody is in waiting. So this is about it, and then let's verify this thing. Right now you can see this registry explorer. So I'm importing the user det. That's where your user assist lives. It will take some time. It is loaded. Now let's go to user assist. This is your user assist. We will go to 5CD. Let's go to notepad, right? Notepad we have seen. So if you see here, let me put it notepad so that people don't get confused. So look at the first row where we have got the run counter 10. So execution, number of execution, how much we have got here? Execution count 10, right? So that is matching. Then you have got the focus count 39, right? How much we have got? Focus count 39. Now this is in milliseconds, where this tool gives us into 18 minutes and 21 seconds. So if you convert this into minutes and seconds, it will come around that only, 18 minutes and some seconds, right? And this is the time 12/12/2020. This is in, and 12/12/2020, and 6:30 is, this is the UTC time. Okay, this time, this tool gives us the time in UTC. So let's see here, this is 12/12, date is same, but if you see here, this is 12 noon, right? 12 noon, 12:51 here. And if you see here, 6:30:51. So 6:30:51. So if you see, GMT is 5.5 hours late than us, right? So this 6:30:51 is nothing but the Indian Standard Time 12:51, right? 5.5 hours gap. So this is precise. This is precise information, but just the time zone is different. This is not UTC. This is my Indian Standard Time, or the local machine time. Okay. But this tool has given the details in UTC. Typically, we go by the UTC when we do the forensic investigation, right? So that's how we have come up with all the details, which are all correct. So, and this tool is also does the same thing, but I just wanted to show how this tool getting these details from where. So that is the decoding of 72 byte, and this notepad.exe and system32, which I already shown you. This is nothing but the ROT13, right? So that brings us to the last part of the presentation, where we will talk about the caveats. So zero execution count. So there are two caveats. The second caveat is based on my own research, where entry getting logged even if the application is not run. So I'll show you. First of all, let's talk about the first thing, execution count 0. So if I filter on, or sorry, if I sort on run counter, you will see lot of application has got the 0 count. And this, strangely, if you see, last executed time is noted in many of the place. Now this is strange, right? If application tool is not run, if the run counter is 0, then how you have a last executed time, right? And the first and the other part of this mystery is, if it is not run, then why should have this entry here with 0 counter? It should not be here at all, right? That this entry should not be even here, or for the snipping tool. But the thing is, what happens, how this user assist behaves, the observation which I have made, and there is other research as well by I think Jackie Fox. I have given the reference of that document. Jackie Fox. She also, observed the same thing, I think 6 7 years back. So, but the thing is, still, like, many people don't know about this. This counters comes to zero at a near month end. So right now, if you see here, there are a lot of zeros, and there are many applications where you have got the counters. This notepad.10, right? So if we meet again in January first week or somewhere, this notepad count would be zero. Month, I mean, I don't know the exact date when it comes to zero, but if you go to the next month, it comes to the zero. So that is a strange thing. I don't know why, but still this thing will be there. So last execution time will not be vanished out. So still you will have that information, but you will lose the run counter. So that's why there was a star. I put a star on the execution counter. So we may or may not take it blindly, right? See, if I see 10 here, it does not mean that in entire lifespan of this machine, notepad run only 10 times. No, not possible, right? So I mean, possible but not probable, right? So this 10 is only for this month. So that is one caveat which we need to keep in our mind, right? And the other part of this very interesting part, so if you see here, we don't have a snipping tool. I mean, I was just looking at the snipping tool, right? So let's do the calculation on that, or let's do the experiment on that only. Snipping tool. Right now the count is zero, so it means it is not executed. And the time, if you see here, it is 6:10. So the last when I executed was 6th of October. So let me go to snipping tool. So this is a shortcut of snipping tool. Okay, and I am just opening the file location here. I hope this will work. This is again, I'm just opening the snipping tool. I have not run it, right? So ideally the counter should not increase, but my observations were there, which I published in the paper as well. I've written the research article where my observation is, if you just open this like this, go to the path where the your shortcut is stored, the run counter will be increased, and it takes around 10 seconds before it does. So hopefully this is let me close it. Hopefully we should, I mean, even unloading and loading the hive again is not working, so I need to close this entire thing, and I need to restart. I mean, I need to reopen the registry explorer, and hopefully we have a one count for snipping tool. That's my understanding. Well, let's see how it works, how it goes, whether it is right or wrong. Let it open. Let's go back again. Let's go this thing. Let's go to user assist. Let's go to my key. Let's filter on snipping tool. Look, one counter when 12/12/2020. Today 12:21 UTC, which is just now, right? So you see here, we have not actually executed snipping tool. We just went to the execution path or the shortcut path where the shortcut of snipping tool was located. Still it has executed, or it has increased the counter by one, and it has also said like last executed on so and so time. It is not executed, right? We have seen it. We did not execute. So these are the two caveats which we need to take care. So if you see in user assist, blindly don't take it. It is executed. It may or may not, but definitely the exe or the program was on the machine. So if you want to see the malware was there on machine or not, even if if I delete snipping tool, this entry will be still here. So by this I can say, okay, snipping tool was on this machine, right? So so yeah, so that's about it. I think that's what I wanted to show you guys. And yeah, as usual, if you have got any feedback, comment, you can this is my email ID, and I'm active on LinkedIn, so you can connect me on LinkedIn.